The starting lineup for the visiting Portland Trailblazers. At power forward, Larry Nance Jr. At center, Yusuf Nurkic. At the other forward position, Norman Powell. At shooting guard, CJ McCollum. At the other guard position, Damian Lillard. It's time to introduce the starting five for your Milwaukee Bucks. Starting at center, 6 feet 10 inches, number 9. At guard, 6'4", wearing 0, Dante DiVincenzo. At 6'3", number 21, Drew Holiday. At forward, 6'7", wearing deuces, Chris Middleton. At forward, 6'11", number 34. The 3-3, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Your Milwaukee Bucks head coach is Mike Budenholzer. One more time, let's hear it for your Milwaukee.
Thanks for spending Valentine's Day with us. We've got a match made in heaven coming your way on 2K Sports. I'm Brian Anderson, alongside Clark Kellogg and Grant Hill. Allie LaForce is our reporter. Allie, take it away.
BA, we've seen smaller market teams unhappy with how the buyout system has played out as of late. Agents using their leverage to get their clients to a more glamorous situation. Is it truly shifting the balance of power? That's subject to debate, guys, but these concerns aren't going away anytime soon.
Well, we'll see what comes of it, Allie. Thank you. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Drew Holiday.
And when you look at his offensive output over the past few years, it seems like other teams have figured him out and have his number now. He's having to put in a lot more effort on the offensive end, but without producing nearly the same results.
So here's Portland's starting group. Lillard and McCollum in the backcourt together. Larry Nance is out there with Yusuf Nurkic. And it's Powell in at the 3. And for Milwaukee, Giannis and Portis are in the middle. Holiday and DiVincenzo man the backcourt. And it's Middleton in at the small forward position. And tonight, 2 veteran teams, Grant. What does that tell you?
Well, usually with an established team, you've got to beat them. They won't beat themselves. But a lot to learn in this league, and really, there's no substitute for experience.
Tip-off goes to Milwaukee. Holiday against Lillard. Here's Antetokounmpo, and he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. Larry Nance picks one up.
And, you know, with Giannis on the floor, BA, he's able to completely blow a team out on his own. I mean, he can take over a game with big-time performances. We've seen it.
You know, with Giannis, as you said, Clark, the numbers he can put up are eye-popping.
Yeah, he can hit you for 40 points and 20 rebounds on any given night, not to mention how well he's grown as a passer. I mean, his assist totals and block shots typically are otherworldly as well.
And that one misses.
And a huge sigh of relief for Bucks fans last year. Giannis signing a monster contract extension. He'll continue to be the franchise for years to come.
And the second free throw is good. And you know, Grant, many wondered if Giannis would test free agency. Ultimately avoided all that drama.
Yeah, I mean, he wanted to stay and build a winner with the Bucks. And you know what? He did just that, bringing home the NBA championship. What a reward for the fans in the city of Milwaukee, and just tremendous character from Giannis.
Holiday passes to Antetokounmpo. Drives to the hoop. And it's Portland with a rebound. Their last encounter was in Portland.
Yeah, last time out, they barely captured a win against this team, and it came down to some key turnovers.
Well, composure, execution, efficiency in a tight ball game is typically what's going to determine the winner.
Now here's McCollum. We saw him with 19 his last time out. Just 4 to shoot. Trailblazers got to hurry. Got to get up a shot. Powell's shot is off. Antetokounmpo outside. Middleton with it. Picked up by Powell. Goes up and lays it in nice and easy.
Man, I tell you what, Middleton does a nice job using his length inside. You know, when he gets in a good spot, he's a high percentage shooter from there.
Now here's Lillard. A 26-point game for him in the win against New York. McCollum outside. Points. That one goes.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now here's DiVincenzo. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Phoenix. And the jam by Antetokounmpo.
Boy, the overwhelming strength of Giannis just excels at fighting his way through the defense. Very impressive.
McCollum outside. McCollum with a screen on Holiday. Lillard against DiVincenzo. Powell outside. Nurkic up top. For 3, McCollum. Rebounded by the Bucks. Their last game, a win against the Suns. Looking to carry it into this one.
And guys, those road games are never easy. But they had a solid strategy going in and stuck to what they do best.
Yeah, you know, game balls all around in that one. A terrific team effort. They trusted in their system and executed well to get the win.
Now here's McCollum, taking command on offense when they need him, putting up 21 a game. Lillard up top. Good work defensively by Holiday.
He's as surprised as we are. Most nights, that bucket is automatic.
Nice shot by DiVincenzo.
I tell you what, he clearly is one of the best players in the league who does not get the same kind of gas that other guys do. But there's no better all-around guard in the NBA than Drew Holiday.
Now here's Nance. Taking a look at his production, averaging just over 8 points a game. Looking to end the run. McCollum's shot is off. Milwaukee in the lead. Outside, DiVincenzo. Antetokounmpo outside. It's Middleton on the wing. Shoots over Powell. That one off the back iron and out.
And even with the miss, that's a high percentage shot for him.
Pass to McCollum. Nurkic with the ball. McCollum outside. Nurkic a screen on Holiday. And here's Lillard from beyond the arc. Here's Nurkic. Second chance shot. Giannis Antetokounmpo grabs the board. The Bucks have gone 4 of 6 in the first quarter. Here's DiVincenzo. Off target. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Middleton against Powell. Pass to Nurkic. Now here's Lillard. Not a lot of room. Now McCollum. Nurkic with the ball. He's covered by Holiday. And they'll turn it over. Couldn't get the shot off. A shot clock violation. Lopez, he's checked in for the Bucks. Zeller's checked in for Portland. Chris comes in for Nance. Milwaukee with the ball. Big run right now for him, 11-2. Outside, DiVincenzo. Good, and Antetokounmpo gets the assist. DiVincenzo's got his third bucket of the night. Portland has gone 0 for 3 from downtown, trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed, a rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
Which one is section wants a t-shirt? Ladies and gentlemen, your Bucks dance team. Ladies and gentlemen, your Bucks dance team.
Hill, he's checked in for Holiday. Snell, he's checked in for Portland. Simons comes in for Lillard. Right wing. Zeller high post. Pass to Chris. 5 on the clock. For 3, Powell. Portland again missing. Here's Milwaukee. They're on a 14-2 run here. Hill with it. Now Lopez. Pass to Middleton. The Bucks need to get up a shot here. Antetokounmpo for 3. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Here's Simons. To the right side. Here's Chris. Hauled in by DiVincenzo. Milwaukee has gone 3 for 5 from deep so far in this matchup. Middleton outside to the wing, right side. Lopez finds DiVincenzo. Back to Antetokounmpo. Tipped. And Giannis with the jam.
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Portland has gone 0 for 4 from deep to start this one. Now a timeout called by Portland. Well, here we are in mid-season now, Grant. How do players mentally cope with the grind of an NBA season?
You know, that's a good question, B.A. I mean, you have to find ways to take your mind off of things as a team. Having outlets helps distract you. It's so important for players as they endure the lengthy season.
And the Bucks with some changes. Norris checked in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Connaughton comes in for Middleton. And it's Allen in for DiVincenzo. Here's Simons. He's coming off a 13-point game against New York. Powell outside. To win the drought. And they pick up 2.
One of the things you've got to admire and respect about him is his aggressiveness at the offensive end, always in attack mode.
Pass to Nora. Now here's Lopez. Here's Connaughton. Powell covers. There's the triple. Pure from three-point range. And the Bucks lead by 15.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
It's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
Now here's Powell. A steady force on their offense. Recording around 14 and a half a game.
First team foul.
Zeller finds Powell. Screen by Zeller. Powell with it, and Lopez picks him up. 4 on the clock. Oh, it's blocked by Lopez.
And they've done a pretty good job working the ball inside, but haven't been able to convert at all.
Yeah, you know, defense or not, good defense or not, those are shots you got to make. I mean, they're missing some easy ones.
Portland has gone 0 for 4 from deep to start this one. They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
And here's Simons outside. Nora grabs the board.
Already +5 in terms of rebound margin.
Pretty clear they're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far. Tell you what, guys, you don't see that often. I mean, when he's this open, usually it's lights out.
Pass to Simons. Here's Snell. Back to Powell. Shot clock at 6. There's Simons with a 3. Connects from downtown.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Milwaukee has gone 4 of 6 from deep to start this game. A minute 15 left in the first quarter. And Cody Zeller is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul.
And you hope this early foul doesn't dissuade his aggressiveness.
Covington's checked in for Portland.
Covington.
.110 left to play in the first. Back to Hill. Pass to Lopez. And it's Lopez with the jam.
Building a big advantage early with a terrific all-around performance.
Okay, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
Here's Simons. Oh, it's blocked by Lopez.
Big grip Lopez, gobbling up space and getting the block on that play.
Up top, Hill, covered by Covington. Pass to Connaughton to the left side wing. Just 5 on the clock. Shoots it from the corner. Again, Milwaukee!
And this defense needs to turn the screws and ramp up the intensity. They're looking a little loose out there right now.
Yeah, they've got to do a little more to disrupt their offensive rhythm, too.
Powell with it. 9 points in his last outing. Over to the wing. There's Simons with a 3. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. The first quarter concludes, and a double-digit lead on the scoreboard. Bucks ahead. They lead by 18. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in a moment. And the Bucks have been a powerhouse for some time now. Dante DiVincenzo says teams are hungry to knock them off.
Everybody gets up to play us. Guys bring energy to play against us. Guys bring energy to play against Giannis and Chris. And we have to match that energy. We have to match that competitiveness, and we have to go out there and compete at a high level every single night.
And Grant DiVincenzo would know about playing with energy.
Yes, he would. I mean, he'd know about dominant teams, too. State titles in high school and 2 national titles at Villanova.
And as our coverage continues, happy Valentine's Day again to everyone out there. And for the Bucks here, they've been putting on a show, guys.
Well, it looks like hitting the boards hard was an emphasis of their attack. They knew how valuable it was to do so.
Yeah, and you know, when a team establishes an edge on the glass early, it really sets things up for the rest of the game.
Middleton is the 3 with Giannis in at 4. Holiday and DiVincenzo man the backcourt. And it's Portis in at the 5 spot. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. Middleton. Covington grabs the board. Middleton's gone 1 of 3 shooting so far. Lillard against Holiday. A nice shot by Lillard.
What touch from the inside. Lillard being assertive and wanting to convert in close.
Middleton outside, and it's Larry Nance with a foul.
Larry Nance.
That's foul number 2 for him.
That's his second personal foul. First team foul.
On defense, the Trailblazers. It's a 16-point game. Back to DiVincenzo. 6 on the shot clock. Antetokounmpo for 3. And another 3 for Milwaukee.
The teams that try to pack the lane against Giannis, that shot is a great equalizer if he can hit it with consistency and be good at when to shoot it and when not to.
Now here's Lillard. The stats he's putting up, impressive. Averaging around 30.5 points a game. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. Here's Antetokounmpo, and it falls for him. He's now 4 of 7 from the field.
Give him credit. Improving in the second quarter. Just great adjustments.
Out to the right wing. Here's Nurkic. That one goes. Now he's 1 for 2.
You know, this is why you run the offense through Damian Lillard. I mean, sure, he's going to get his, but he's also going to make sure others get theirs, too.
Holiday passes to Middleton. Antetokounmpo up top. Pass to DiVincenzo. To the wing on the left. DiVincenzo with a screen on McCollum. Outside Holiday. And the Bucks hit again from deep.
With that assertive, confident attitude. I mean, Holiday knew as the pass was coming his way that he was going to catch it and let it go quickly.
Well, you can't ever feel safe with Holiday on the floor. Grant, he is one of the great ball hawks in the NBA.
Yeah, he reads plays very well. He has a good wingspan to swipe away errant passes. One of the many reasons Holiday is such a great defender.
And Milwaukee has possession. The Blazers making their last shot. Holiday against Lillard. Middleton from the outside. And the Bucks hit again from deep.
Lackluster defense, showing no desire to chase shooters off that line.
And those triples, they sure do add up quickly, don't they? I mean, they've got to make some kind of adjustment here.
And Nurkic throws it down.
Just a great combo guard. McCollum is capable of being a go-to scorer as well as a terrific distributor.
Now here's Middleton. He had 10 points in the win against the Suns in Phoenix. For 3, here's Lillard. Rebound, Milwaukee. DiVincenzo's got 4 rebounds now. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Jrue Holiday signed a 4-year, $134 million extension to remain in Milwaukee. His coach, Mike Budenholzer, said, "You can't appreciate the strength and the physicality he brings until you see it night in and night out. What he does defensively, once you're around it, it's even more impressive." Guys?
All right, good stuff there, Allie. Now here's DiVincenzo. 9 points in the game. Out to the right wing. Antetokounmpo finds DiVincenzo. A shot from the mid-range. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
That's 2 points they should have had. I'm sure he'd love to get that look again.
McCollum. Another miss. He's 1 for 4 from the field. Milwaukee has gone 3 of 4 from outside so far in the second quarter. Here's Antetokounmpo. Rebounded by Nurkic. Nurkic has got his 5th rebound in this one. McCollum against DiVincenzo. McCollum drives in. Nurkic. The shot, no good. Milwaukee goes the other way with it. Their next game playing at home as the Pacers come to town. Pass to Middleton. And here is Antetokounmpo. McCollum defends. Portis with it. Now here's Antetokounmpo. Defended by Nurkic. Middleton outside. Sinks the tray. Middleton's got 8 points.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
I think they're playing too soft on the perimeter. They can't stay so soft. They've got to get up into the shooters here.
T-shirt. Ladies and gentlemen, your Bucks dance team. Ladies and gentlemen, your Bucks dance team.
A different look for Milwaukee. Lopez, he's checked in for Portis. Nora comes in for Middleton. And it's Allen in for DiVincenzo. Milwaukee on D. McCollum outside. And Jrue Holiday gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game. And the Bucks with some changes. Connaughton, he's checked in for Antetokounmpo. And it's Hill in for Jrue Holiday. And also a switch here for Portland. Simons is checked in for McCollum. Here's Simons. Checking his numbers, he's put up a little over 9 points a game. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. Boy, we've got an incredible amount of young talent in the league right now, Clark. Some who could go down as all-time greats when it's all said and done.
I can't disagree with that, B.A. Clearly outstanding talent, but this is cyclical. We've had periods like this before where there have been great young talents that have come into the league and taken it by storm. You talk about Antetokounmpo and Doncic and Zion Williamson, and there are tons of others, Devin Booker and the like. A lot of guys seem destined for Springfield, even in their early 20s if they maintain their level of play for the next several years.
And he makes the first. And Grant, throughout your career, you mostly played in the smaller markets. Do you think the league is doing enough to help them compete?
I think so. I mean, look, Milwaukee just won a championship. An incredible season they had last year. I think they're doing the right thing between revenue sharing, the salary cap, the luxury tax. And remember, the players' union will always favor freedom of movement for its players.
And he makes the first, but misses the second.
I'll tell you what, they've rebounded the ball tremendously well.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Connaughton can't hit.
Ooh, that's a tough break. After poor communication defensively, it leaves him all by himself.
For three, here's Lillard on target from range. Lillard's got 5.
Yeah, you know, in Cody Zeller, I think they've got a guy who does all the little things like making good, smart passes and creating open shots for others.
There's the block. And that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will keep it. An outstanding defensive play to earn the Mobile One block.
Oh, now that was a block. Some much-needed energy there to jumpstart them back into this game.
And the Blazers making a change here. Powell's checked in. So it's Milwaukee now. The biggest lead of the game was 24 points. Pass to Allen. 4 on the clock. From the arc. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Here's Powell. Up and in on the layup. Powell's got his second bucket on the night.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
Pass to Connaughton. Allen on the wing. Here's Nora. On the wing, Connaughton. Now here's Hill. On the wing, Connaughton. For 3. Gets it to drop. Now 2 of 4.
You know, that's what you want out of your point guard. Hill is really doing a nice job getting the ball from side to side and not hesitating at all in doing it.
Here's Simons. Pass to Chris. And terrific work on the offensive glass as he picks up the deuce.
And their offensive game plan is clear. Get it inside and go to work.
Here's Nora. He's been productive, averaging just over 7 points a game. Connaughton can't hit. The Trailblazers have gotten 7 of 13 attempts to go here in the second. Here's Simons. Pass to Snell. Powell outside. Off target from outside.
He just can't find a consistent way to score, and this team could certainly use it.
2 minutes.
Here's Nora. Simons with a rebound.
He just couldn't finish the job that time, and too bad, because it was a nice look.
Zeller with a screen on Allen. Here's Simons. The rebound by the Bucks. 1:29 left in the first half of basketball. Shoots. And again, it's the Bucks missing.
Well, I admire the fact he's trying to power through this rough stretch, but on occasion you'll have periods like this.
Releases. The rebound by the Bucks. Lopez has got 4 rebounds in the game. Pass to Allen. There's 57 seconds left in the second. Here's Nora. Allen a screen. From behind the arc. After missing his first attempt, now 1 for 2.
They've had a hard time shutting down the three-point shot.
And they're not making up for it with their own shots from deep either, so that's a double-edged sword there.
Here's Simons. Back to Snell. Here's Chris. Oh, and there's a one-hand jam.
He turns the offensive board into a big slam.
Wow, he was so well positioned there. Credit his anticipation.
That's exactly why it's important to work hard on the offensive glass, fellas, for chances just like that.
Pass to Allen. Jacks up a three. Oh, got it off in time, but it's no good. A dominating first half of play, and so far it hasn't been close. Bucks ahead, opening up a huge gap. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
Greetings, everybody. The stories so far revolving around Giannis, the Greek Freak, in fine form tonight.
He's been excellent so far, shooting with great efficiency, carrying the offense. They have to be talking about him in the locker room, thinking how they can stop this guy.
And since we have a moment, let's see what other games are coming up tonight. For the Spurs, they'll be up against the Bulls in Chicago. That one gets started at 8 p.m. Eastern Time.
I'm predicting a somewhat lopsided outcome, just saying.
Thanks for tuning in. Now we head back to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. It's been a clinic out there by Giannis Antetokounmpo.
They've leaned on him to provide a lot of offense, and that's how he likes it.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
Just about ready for the second half here. A big comeback is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Taking a look at the Trailblazers. The talented pair of Lillard and McCollum in the backcourt. Norman Powell out there with Larry Nance. And it's Nurkic in at the 5.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
And that's a good place to start if you're going to try to find your way back into this game. Get to work on the glass.
Now here's Holiday, a dependable player on offense, giving them over 13 a game. And Giannis throws it down.
How about the springs of this guy, Antetokounmpo, also known as the Greek Freak? I mean, he just gets up off the ground like a rocket on these alley-oop chances.
Here's McCollum, after the Bucks picking up a basket just moments ago.
Strong performance from him, but he may need to do even more if they're going to win this game.
Middleton passes to Antetokounmpo. Outside, DiVincenzo. Portis with a screen on Powell. Middleton goes in. And Nurkic with the block.
Showing off the timing and awareness defensively. Better think twice before challenging Nurkic.
McCollum, the pass to Lillard. McCollum with a screen on Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo against Lillard. Inside, the kick out to Nance. Powell for 3. Rebound, Milwaukee. Antetokounmpo has got rebound number 7 tonight. And the three-pointer goes. DiVincenzo's got 12 points.
He drops yet another dive, just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Holiday with the ball. He's picked up by Lillard. And Antetokounmpo with the stuff.
Once Giannis gets going, he stays high. He's capable of putting the entire offense on his broad shoulders.
And Clark, you look at how Holiday has attacked on offense. He's got much more selective with his spots.
To me, B.A., he's just more comfortable offensively. He's always been aggressive, but he's got a confidence to him now that is allowing him to really put the pedal to the metal offensively. I think something just clicked for him when he was with the Pelicans.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
This Bucks team is arguably the most talented in franchise history. At the same time, the East has gotten tougher, so the Bucks are looking to improvise. Giannis said, quote, "We're getting better, trying new things, changing our schemes. That's something we think is going to help us." Brian?
Using the regular season to experiment, Allie. Interesting. Thank you. Nurkic hits them both. The Bucks have gotten 3 of 4 shots to fall so far in the third. Holiday passes to Middleton. Now Antetokounmpo. He's guarded by Nance. And the jam by Antetokounmpo.
Good find that time by DiVincenzo, an unselfish player always looking to make the extra pass.
There's a screen by Nurkic.
Bucks foul. That's his second.
Covington's checked in for Nurkic.
Second team foul. Blazers substitution. Robert Covington.
Lillard against Holiday. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Lillard, a screen on DiVincenzo. There's McCollum with the 3. Portland again missing.
Yet that's another miss for him. They're behind in this game largely because he's shot so poorly.
Lillard against Holiday. Shoots from 14. No luck on that one. And it's Portland the other way. Third quarter action. Just under 3.5 minutes have passed. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
His first personal foul. Third team foul. Shooting for Portland. Norman Powell. Taking 2 shots.
That free throw misses. And he sinks the second. Here's Holiday. We've gone about 3.5 minutes here into the third. The shake. And the big finish by Giannis.
How about the flash by Antetokounmpo? I mean, just an insanely talented athlete who loves to punish that rim.
And how about our AT&T 5G slam cam? Couldn't have captured that play any better. Lillard against Holiday. McCollum drives in. Good work defensively by DiVincenzo. The Bucks have gotten 5 of 7 attempts in the third quarter. Middleton passes to Antetokounmpo. Holiday a screen on Nance. Here's Antetokounmpo.
Giannis powering his way on the jam there. Well done.
The Trailblazers have gone only 1 for 6 here in the second half. Nance with a screen on Antetokounmpo. Lillard can't get it to go.
And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound.
Here's DiVincenzo. And Giannis Antetokounmpo picks up that foul. That's his first foul of the game.
They've been very well-rounded and extremely focused.
Almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous.
Zeller's checked in for Portland. Portland has gone only 1 of 4 from three-point land in the third quarter. Covington, a screen on DiVincenzo. Here's McCollum. Ooh, he can't stop the run as that misses. And stolen by Covington. Lillard against Holiday. Covington, a screen on Holiday. Here's Lillard. No good off the glass. Milwaukee has gone 2 for 2 from deep here in the third. Here's Holiday. No good there. And it's Portland the other way. Up top, McCollum. DiVincenzo covering. Zeller with a screen on Holiday. And it's Lillard penetrating to the middle. And it's going to be a 3-second call. Let's see some of the numbers here for C.J. McCollum.
And his effective field goal percentage isn't in the best place right now. Over the last 5 games, he hasn't had much shot discipline. He'll be looking to play a lot smarter today.
Dance against Middleton. Back to Antetokounmpo. Oh, Giannis dunks it home.
This is what he gives you night in and night out. Stellar production at the offensive end.
McCollum against DiVincenzo. McCollum outside. Pass to Covington. And here's Lillard from beyond the arc. Rebound by Middleton.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
And what I like about it, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it, gritty and rough, but that's how you win games.
Knocks it down from distance.
Well, there's a good reason this guy shoots as many threes as he does. Chris Middleton is a knockdown three-point shooter.
Pass to Lillard. Screen by Zeller. Lillard against Middleton. Clock at 4. To end the run. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
Man, miss after miss for him. When you're having a quarter like this, the only beneficiary is the defense. Since half, there's been a stark contrast between these teams. I'm talking about efficiency at the offensive end.
And that's why you have such a huge gap in the shooting numbers between the teams.
And here are the Trailblazers now. The Bucks getting their last shot to go. McCollum outside. Beyond the arc. It's hauled in by Portis. Portis has got his 6th rebound on the night.
Yeah, you know, they're losing in large part because he's not playing well. It's really as simple as that.
Holiday against Lillard. Zeller high post. Zeller with a screen on DiVincenzo. McCollum against DiVincenzo. Pass to Zeller. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down.
You know, Zeller is no stranger to contact. As a matter of fact, I like the combination he has of both finesse and power to go through that kind of defense.
Now here's Holiday. Antetokounmpo with it. Covered by Covington. Holiday from long range. Good. And Antetokounmpo gets the assist. Antetokounmpo's got 5 assists tonight. Offensively, it's been a struggle for him.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
Back to McCollum. Tries to break his ice. Rebound, Milwaukee.
And their physical dominance has been on display. A 10-rebound advantage is a good indicator of how this game has gone.
Holiday with the ball. He's picked up by Lillard. Back to Antetokounmpo. Pass to Middleton. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now on Robert Covington.
Boy, you look at the skill set and size of Middleton. Hard for any defense to match up against. Just so creative in how he draws contact and gets himself to the line.
Taking 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. And Chris Middleton, a great 3-point shooter. But he's got a deadly mid-range game as well, Graham.
Middleton is just flat out a shooter. Can pull up from anywhere on the floor. If you give him the mid-range, he'll take it and punish you.
So Portland ends up going with a new group. Both free throws good from Middleton. And on many other teams, Chris Middleton would be the star, Clark. But he plays the Robin role pretty well.
Hey, I tell you what, B.A., there is nothing wrong with being 1A on the marquee when you're playing next to Giannis. He's overshadowed by the media because of Giannis, but his game makes a lot of noise all over the NBA.
Now here's Middleton. Here's Allen. And Snell pulls it down. Pass to Simons. Chris the screen. Here's Simons. Here's Little. Middleton covering. Chris drops it in from 14 feet away. Chris has got 6.
He kicks it out, takes advantage of the open space. That'll leave a defense scrambling.
They set the pick to the paint. Here's Nora. Boom! He jams it straight down.
Hill is difficult to guard in pick and roll sets because of his shooting, speed, and his passing ability. I mean, it's basically pick your poison with him.
Pass to Nurkic. Back to Simons. Fires the 3. Can't hit that one. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks destroying the competition as they end the quarter with a colossal 40-point lead. A big difference in shooting percentages. That's why they lead. And more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way right after this. And now let's take a listen in on head coach Mike Budenholzer.
Doing again for this quarter, 0-0. Same effort, same mentality. Keep pushing it. Keep moving the ball. Keep cutting.
Coach likes how they're working the ball right now.
But as he said, it's a brand new quarter. They need to play with the same fire.
Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. They've got Grayson Allen. He's out there with George Hill. Pat Connaughton is out there with Brooke Lopez. And it's Nwora in at the 4. That's the 5 on the floor for the Bucks. Here's Smith. The Bucks getting their last shot to go. Here's Chris. Leaps for it, and the ball out of play. The Bucks will have it. And here's what the Milwaukee Bucks schedule looks like. On Tuesday, they'll defend home court against the Indiana Pacers. And then on Thursday, they'll be matching up with Andre Drummond and the Philadelphia 76ers.
Looking at this stretch, they should have little issues beating most of their opponents. They just need to keep the intensity up and avoid playing down to their competition.
And Allen gets it to go.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
Here's Snell. Grant, as someone who played abroad on Team USA, how exciting is it to see how much more international the league has become?
It's fantastic, no question. You know, back then we saw so many talented foreign stars playing internationally, but now the best really do all find their way here to the NBA.
Pass to Lopez. To the inside. And the refs are going to rule that unnecessary contact. That's a flagrant 1 foul.
He might be lucky just to get a flagrant 1 there. Lots of contact on that play, and the officials could have gone with a more severe call.
Well, he better be on his best behavior from this point forward. One more flagrant of any kind, and he's out of this game. The free throw drops for Lopez.
Drafted all the way back in 2008, Brooke is still going strong in the league. Credit to Lopez, still expanding his game. He's a key cog on any team he's played for.
And Lopez drops them both. The Bucks making a switch here. Ojelé's checked in. Covington's checked in for Portland. Now Hill. Pass to Lopez. Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock. Lopez, the screen. 6 to shoot. Shots blocked. Smith outside. And the NBA and its players taking an active role socially. Grant, talk about what you're seeing now and how it registers with you.
Well, you know, it's exciting, it's inspiring, it's patriotic. It's what America is, being able to exercise your voice and helping to form a more perfect union. So that's what it's all about, and I'm excited for the league and its players, and it's inspiring, like I said.
Now here's Smith. A shot to stop the drought! From deep. The shot won't fall. And Milwaukee the other way now. Fourth quarter of play. We're about 2.5 minutes through it now. Right wing. Here's Nora. Lopez, the screen.
Yeah, I think he's letting his emotions get the better of him on that foul.
Not his best moment. Obviously, no one on their team's happy right now, but you shouldn't be taking that frustration out on your opponent with a poor foul.
Antetokounmpo's checked in for Nora. Here's Hill. There's the drive. Shot clock at 5. Pass to Antetokounmpo. To the wing, right side. From about 19. Hill can't connect.
Tell you what, that is a missed opportunity from mid-range for sure. With as little defense as was shown, should have made that one.
Knocked loose. Here's Connaughton. Outside, Hill. Back to Connaughton. Here's Lopez. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Lopez has got 6 here in the quarter.
He is so tough to deal with inside. Lopez just too big and too skilled.
They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
Now here's Smith. Pass to McLemore. And here's Smith. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Snell to stop the run. Rebounded by Lopez. Lopez has got 6 rebounds now in the game.
They've shown the power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. Hill with it. Here he goes. Portland grabs the miss. Covington's got 4 rebounds in the game.
And, you know, even though they're on top, they're winning. I mean, they could use more from him. Trying to shut the door on this one.
Smith outside. Oh, it's blocked by Lopez.
He is 0 for his last however many this quarter, guys. Might need to get him out and let him settle down a bit here.
And what's working here, each guy is willing to make the next pass.
Now here's Smith. And with so much player movement nowadays, Clark, a lot of small market teams nervous about attracting and retaining the stars.
You know, B, I played for a small market team, the Indiana Pacers, in the early 80s when I played the short time I did in the NBA, and that's always a challenge to be able to keep your star players in your market because there is more attractive real estate out there when you think about other cities in the league, and players do have a desire sometimes to be in larger markets where the lights are bigger and brighter and there are more people, and I don't know if there's anything the league can really do to keep players from desiring to move on occasion.
Here's McLemore with the drive. Good work defensively by Lopez.
Yeah, they just can't seem to end the drought no matter where they shoot it from.
And, you know, they've got to be careful because this is when the team concept breaks down and guys start playing hero ball.
Now here's Smith. It's Covington on the wing. Pass to McLemore. With some arc. That one doesn't drop. Milwaukee has gotten 3 threes to fall out of 4 attempts here in the fourth. Here's Ogilvy, covered by Covington. Smith against Hill. Down low. Here's Chris. Misses, and the dry spell continues. The Bucks have got 5 out of 10 shots to drop here in the final quarter. The drive by Antetokounmpo. Pass to Lopez. Now here's Hill. Here's Ogilvy, covered by Covington. Shoots from the line. Oh, Covington with a block.
Covington's reach, the length of his arms really coming in handy when he goes up to block shots like that.
Here's Smith. Drills the baseline jumper.
Jr.
Here's Hill. And in the 2021 conference finals, 3 out of the 4 teams were helmed by black head coaches. Many hoping that'll help create more opportunities moving forward, Grant.
No question. The NBA is #1 in embracing diversity in its league. Now, we still have a long way to go, but you have to be proud of the coaches who performed, as you said, in last year's conference finals, but also seeing the steps move in the right direction this summer with a lot of hires who are African-American head coaches. So, obviously, it's a results-driven business, but greater diversity is certainly welcome.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. Right side, Holiday. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Outside, Holiday. Three-pointer. Goes back up. And Antetokounmpo with the lay-in. Antetokounmpo has got 16 points here in the second half. Allen against Powell. Here's Simons. Powell right side. Oh, it's blocked by Lopez. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Lopez. And we've got to see that sensational mobile 1 block again.
Yeah, obviously he had the shot well anticipated, able to shut it down with a forward.
Nora's checked in for the Bucks.
Jordan Nwora.
Here's Powell. Rebound, Milwaukee. Antetokounmpo's got rebound number 11. Holiday passes to Antetokounmpo. And rejected. And that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will keep it.
Remains Milwaukee ball.
Here's Nora. Well, there's been a lot of discussion about officiating in the league right now. Clark, you think the game's called tighter than it used to be?
I don't really think it's tighter. It's different. I mean, the emphasis is on really giving the offensive players an opportunity to get to the basket and to not allow defensive players to impede with their hands on the perimeter. And I like that part of it. And cutting, you can't just chuck cutters and be overly physical. Basketball is a contact game. It's not a wrestling match. And freedom of movement is an important part of that, and it looks better, and it does, in fact, allow it to be a little more entertaining, in my opinion.
Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets yanked soon. I mean, that's how bad his shot selection has been.
And you can see how scary this team can be when everything is clicking for them. Just a terrific performance for the Bucks.
And the disparity in the talent was obvious by the end. Sometimes you just don't have enough ammunition to compete.
Yeah, B.A., just a total beatdown. And the next time these teams meet, I can't imagine it'll be any different.
And tonight's win will give them an even 40 on the year.
And they fought hard for this win, guys. No one wants to get swept in a season series, even a short one.
Most definitely. I mean, even though you see opponents outside of your conference only twice a year, you still don't want to have that feeling of being swept.
And one player just stole the show tonight, doing everything for his team. A monster night for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, and he was aggressive rebounding the ball tonight. I think his aggressiveness on the glass helped set the tone.
Now here's Allen. Back to Antetokounmpo. Just 5 to shoot. Screen by Antetokounmpo. Here's Allen. Chris pulls down the board. Here's Simons. And so it's Milwaukee easily grabbing this one, showing that they're the far superior team. They win it going away.
I'll tell you what, give it up for their fans. They love to watch this team dominate. You best believe they're all going home happy tonight.
Thank you, everyone, for making it.
And now let's check in with Allie LaForce with the player of the game. Allie.
Drive home safely.
Giannis, a tremendous performance. What enabled you to win this game so convincingly?
It was a team effort. I think we came out, we did not mess around with the game. We did our job, we defended, we moved the ball. That's why we were able to close the game.
Giannis always recognizing the importance of his teammates. Thanks so much, Giannis.
Allie, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. Thank you for watching. Now it's time for the New Balance Player of the Game, Giannis Antetokounmpo.